is a spin drum. And I'm going to show you how to make one. All right, what you're going to need is a piece of cardboard as thin as like a cereal box, some twine, a couple of beads, a skewer stick, hole punch, pencil eraser, scissors, masking tape, and if you have it, a ruler and some decorative materials. All right, let's get started. Step 1, you're going to trace or draw 2 same-sized circles onto your cardboard. I'm using the lid from my canning jar. You can use any circle you want at home. When you're choosing the size of your drum, the bigger the circle, the louder your drum will be. I'm using the lid from my canning jar because why rewrite the wheel? Yeah, that's right. But you can use anything you want. Let's cut these out. So now you're going to take your string and you're going to wrap it around your circle, and this will help you to find the distance around or the circumference of your drum. We're going to take that string and we're going to use it to measure the ring or the inside of our drum. So it's going to be as long as the string, and I'm going to make it as wide as my jar lid. So on that side, and then measure the same distance on the other side. And you can use a ruler if you have one, or some straight edge to make a straight line. And then you're going to cut that out. This next part is going to use a lot of tape. So you just want to take tiny little pieces and set them aside. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one piece of tape and you're going to put it at the bottom of your rectangle, and you'll put it sticky side up, place it down halfway on to your rectangle. So it looks like that. And then you're going to take your scissors, and you don't have to do this. This is just a nice way to get things to bend for you, is to cut little slits into your tape. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend it a little, and I'm going to stick my circle on top, flip it over, and then what I can do is I can overlap my little piece of tape. So you're going to do that all the way around till it's comes all the way back to the top. Sticky side up, half of it onto my ring, the other half onto my circle. Cut little tiny pieces, bend, overlap, press, and get that secured to your circle. Now, when you get to the top, you might have a little overlapping, and that's okay. You can just trim that. Make sure you still have a little bit so that we can tape that down. And this is going to be the top of your drum. And to remember, I'm just going to mark a little X. Next, we're going to find the center across from our drum and on the bottom, and we're going to cut some holes in there. We're going to punch out some holes. So you can either measure using your ruler, or you can just use your eyes and make a guess. Where is the center? So right in the middle, straight down from the top. Let's see. So you have a hole here, and a hole here, but you don't need one at the top. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our string and we're going to thread it through one side. And in order to do that, you can use a needle, or I like to just use a little piece of tape and twist it around the edge. And then it creates kind of like a little triangle pointed end. And I'm going to do that to both sides. So we're going to take the thread and we're going to put it through one hole on one side. And then on the other end of the string, we're going to take a bead and we're going to thread that through. Make sure that your bead has a hole that's big enough for the thread to go through. You might need help with your skewer to stuff it in there. Okay, pull that out, and then you're just going to tie an overhand knot. So I like to use my finger, my pointer finger, go around and up through the bottom, just like that. and push it all the way towards the end. And now we have the bead on one side, and now we're just going to go across to the other side. Pull that out, and now take the other bead and thread that through, and just like the other side, we're going to tie an overhand knot. So now to create the handle of your spin drum, we don't need this sharp point anymore, so I'm going to just trim that off. And we're going to stick our skewer stick, we're going to poke our skewer stick through the bottom hole all the way to the top, and use a little bit of tape, secure that in place. So you could use some glue, but that takes time for it to dry, and I'm ready to make some noise. And now what we want to do is we want to find the middle of our string. So it's about right there, and we're going to tape it to the skewer stick. That way it doesn't move. So just a couple pieces of tape, one at the bottom, one at the top. Just sandwich that in there. Man, I could really use a jelly and nut butter sandwich right about now. Bon appetit. Back to business. The last step is to take the other circle, and we're just going to tape that around in the same way that we taped the other one. Halfway on to the ring and the other half on the circle. So this is your spin drum. Now let's decorate it. And that's how you make a spin drum. Let's make some noise. So why don't you try it yourself and show us what you made?
Looking for more fun activities? Check out the Muslim Treehouse.
Twice a week, we have live programs with over 5,000 Muslim kids from all across the world. The best part, you can pay whatever you want to join. Don't miss out. Go to noorkids.com/treehouse and join us.